I just think of myself as Floyd Mayweather. What I want the people to really know is this, and what they got to really know is this. I can really fight. So that's what you got to know. I don't know if he had 1 fight or 2 fights against like probably another YouTuber. I don't really know. He can come out, fight hard as you want to fight. The results will always be the same.
We couldn't fight in LA. Commissioner said, Floyd, don't hit him too hard. Go light on him. Take it easy on him. I said, well, LA, y'all can't get this fight.
A lot of times when guys fight me, guys fight just to go the distance, to say, I went the distance with Floyd Mayweather. But guess what? Can't stop me. You name a fighter, the results, it's always the same. I tell my kids, go out and build your own legacy like I did for myself. I was able to beat the best in my era. I'm still undefeated. I mean, I think it's gonna be crazy. And I think it's good for the sport of boxing. But I'm not worried. You can mark my word to this. I can guarantee you this. The results will always be the same.
Forget the retirement storyline for a moment, because the footage coming out of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s camp doesn't resemble a man casually sliding into exhibition mode. It looks like a master technician fine-tuning his weapons again.
Sit back. Why are you shooting at me? He said, how you got a opinion? He said, how you got all the money? And boy, I don't take no punishment. I move. You got it? Make sure all lady got it. You got it? Okay. I want the whole lady. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm an old man. So record the old man. Oh. Whoa.
He's turning it up now.
Oh. Okay, Mom. Mom, Michael, come here. Let's make it look good for Mom. Back. Make it look good for Mom. Make it look good for Mom. Make it look good for Mom. Get back. Get back.
The mitt work is cracking with that same laser-timed rhythm. Explosive bursts, razor angles, zero wasted movement. It's almost like the muscle memory never signed off.
Yeah. Nope. My roll.
Then you shift to the heavy bag and it's not just tap and glide finesse anymore. Those punches are landing with purpose. Tight, compact, and surprisingly heavy. Like he's reminding the world that precision still carries weight when it's executed flawlessly. Even the sparring clips hit with a different vibe. Not playful exchanges, not light rounds, but structured intensity and calculated pressure drills, almost like he's mentally preparing for a much larger, physically imposing figure standing across from him. And that's where the storyline gets compelling. People label it a money play, yet camps rarely grind this seriously just for spectacle.
Nope. Nope. Yes, man. Yo. Right there.
This gotta get the red sting.
Nope. Yes, man. Yo.
When two legends start gearing up like this, the narrative quietly evolves. It shifts from nostalgia headlines to legacy pride, competitive ego, and unfinished psychological warfare.
Yes. Yes.
Boom!
Because once Floyd steps between those ropes, nobody is dissecting business models anymore. Every eye locks onto one thing. Two iconic fight identities colliding again under real lights, real stakes, and very real intensity.
Boxing pretty. Boxing pretty. Woo!
Those razor-sharp training visuals of Floyd moving like time never touched him suddenly collide with Sean Porter's skepticism like a reality check wrapped in boxing gloves. Porter isn't reacting to flashy mid-highlights. He's reacting to logic. The moment he says the matchup doesn't make sense, you can feel the analytical brakes pressing down, not from disrespect but from pure fighter perspective. He even compares it to something closer to spectacle logic than traditional ring logic. And honestly, that one line alone shifts the conversation from hype to feasibility.
I don't see this one coming unless you know the history of these two guys.
Yeah, they don't like each other too much, do they, Sean?
When you look at the history, it's kind of like sense for a street fight. It doesn't make sense for like a in the ring situation, and so it's kind of like, I guess for the sake of words, crazier things have happened, and then now you have to say, well, no, it doesn't get crazier than that.
Then Porter asks how you even analyze a Mike Tyson versus Floyd fight. That's the real puzzle. You've got a near 60-year-old heavyweight icon against a defensive mastermind whose career was built on speed, angles, and the art of disappearing before danger lands. And when Porter mentions Tyson likely did minimal sparring before Jake Paul, that detail hits hard because timing against Floyd without sharp rounds is like playing chess half asleep. He literally says Tyson would need fast sparring partners just to prepare for Floyd's rhythm. That's a fighter-level insight casual fans rarely consider.
It was directly because he did not spar. If he's going to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, the thing he needs more than he needed with Jake is timing. The timing just wasn't there in the fight with Jake Paul. If he's going to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, he's going to have to do some sparring. He's going to have to spar some, really fast guys. And I don't know at what level he's going to take this serious. You know what I mean? I don't know. Mike, I think he's just beyond that age of, there's something you can do to muster it up.
Right.
I think he's all ketchup. There's no mustard there anymore.
Then boom, the cat and mouse reference for Floyd lands perfectly because that's been his blueprint for decades. The wild image Porter paints though, if Mike actually gets hold of him, that single sentence injects tension. Technically Floyd escapes everything, but physically that's still Tyson's mass and mentality. Yet Porter circles back to doubt, almost questioning whether the fight even happens, which subtly clashes with the intense training narrative circulating everywhere. Now we're caught in a fascinating contradiction. Elite preparation energy on one side, analytical disbelief on the other, and somewhere in the middle sits a matchup that feels both unreal and strangely compelling at the exact same time.
He has done the cat and mouse game his entire life, and so he knows how to be fast. He knows how to get in and get out. The thing that I think would be really interesting to see would be to see Mike get a hold of him,
Yeah.
Because I think if Mike were to get a hold of him, Floyd's a professional. He knows how to get out of those things. But this is like 200 and something pounds, and it's Mike Tyson, and I know mentally it's I finally got you, and I wonder what that's going to look like, so it's not.
That analytical haze Porter leaves us in about timing, sparring, and the sheer absurd mechanics of Tyson solving a cat-and-mouse genius suddenly smashes into Wade Clemens's baffled tone like someone flipping the lights on in a room full of hype posters. His first reaction isn't excitement. It's confusion. And that speaks volumes. When Wade sounds stunned that contracts are reportedly signed, it feels less like rumor and more like boxing fully embracing the spectacle era he keeps hinting at. He calls it a spin-off of Jake versus Tyson, which is brutally sharp. Not disrespectful, just realistic about modern boxing economics where big names draw numbers even when logic raises eyebrows. Then he highlights the massive weight gap, and suddenly Porter's earlier, how do you even analyze this, hits even harder.
The tape, they have it here. Mike 59, Floyd 48, Mike 5'10", Floyd at 5'8". Floyd with a 72-inch reach at 5'8". Mike with one of the shortest reaches for his height, 50-7, 50-0, and their KOs. No mention of the weight here in the tail of the tape. Interesting. An exact date and precise location are not yet known, but nonetheless, Tyson said he's thrilled to be slated to mix it up with Floyd, who he hasn't always had the greatest relationship. Quote, "This fight is something neither the world nor I ever thought would or could happen." That is correct. Fair play to Mike there. Iron Mike said, however, boxing has entered a new era of the unpredictable, and this fight is as unpredictable as it gets.
Wade saying casual fans believed Mike still had something left feels like a quiet truth bomb, especially when he ties it to what we actually saw, not myth, but visible ring movement. And when he jokes that either the whole world tunes in or barely anyone watches, that unpredictability mirrors Tyson's own unpredictable new era mindset. What sticks most is Wade admitting he'll still watch while criticizing the spectacle, because that perfectly sums up modern fight fandom. Skepticism battling curiosity. He questions legacy optics, new fans judging prime legends through late-stage exhibitions, and that collision between nostalgia and visual reality feels uncomfortable yet accurate. At the same time, he acknowledges the money factor without moral posturing, which connects directly to everything Porter hinted about purpose and paydays.
The tape, they have it here. Mike 59, Floyd 48, Mike 5'10", Floyd at 5'8", Floyd with a 72-inch reach at 5'8", Mike with one of the shortest reaches for his height, 50-7, 50-0, and their KOs. No mention of the weight here in the tail of the tape. Interesting. An exact date and precise location are not yet known, but nonetheless, Tyson said he's thrilled to be slated to mix it up with Floyd, who he hasn't always had the greatest relationship. Quote, "This fight is something neither the world nor I ever thought would or could happen." That is correct. Fair play to Mike there. Iron Mike said, however, boxing has entered a new era of the unpredictable. In this fight,
Wade's thoughts on spectacle boxing suddenly evolve into full insider chess talk when Max Kellerman and the panel start dissecting this like it's less a fight and more a mega event equation. I'm instantly locked in because when Max says let the old guys make some money, it's not sarcasm, it's business realism in a polite suit. Then Eminem casually references the Tyson exhibition first and a Manny Pacquiao rematch later timeline, and suddenly it sounds less like a comeback plan and more like a legacy tour mapped out with pay-per-view math. When Max brings up Terence Crawford and implies Floyd would never have taken that prime matchup, that's a sharp historical jab disguised as analysis. You can feel the room half agreeing while trying not to say it too loudly. The coldest layer though is admitting Pacquiao and Floyd aren't at that physical level anymore while still calling it a mega event. That contradiction defines boxing in 2026 in one breath. Diminished physical primes, undefeated commercial primes.
Never gonna fight Bud, but Pacquiao? By the way, when Floyd, the rumors were, or the reporting was that he was going broke, you were skeptical about it. Now that he's coming back, are you still skeptical about it?
Very good, Max. Yeah. Are you skeptical about it, Shady?
That's one thing I don't do. I don't talk about no other athletes' money. I don't do that.
By the way, my hope is that Floyd isn't going broke. So,
and if he is, that he makes all the money in the world for a Pacquiao fight
and rides off into the sunset a rich man. I wish him the best.
I want to fight somebody. I don't care about the money and all that.
Who you want him to fight?
That's not good with Pacquiao. Pacquiao just drew with Barrios.
I also catch Max saying he never believed Pacquiao would stylistically beat Floyd, which aligns with the defensive hierarchy logic we keep hearing. Longer, sharper, more disciplined equals control, even years later. Yet the panel openly admits the first fight wasn't even entertaining while still debating watching the rematch. That's peak fan psychology. Complaints on Monday, streams on Fight Night. And when Max drops that Super Bowl thought experiment about choosing Mayweather versus Pacquiao live over anything else, that's brand gravity speaking, not athletic peak. Meanwhile, the quiet acknowledgement that it's more business than competition ties directly back to the Tyson exhibition narrative, meaning this isn't random nostalgia.
Actually more my style of that perfect boxer. That's when I do a pound for pound ranking, I'm trying to be objective. Pacquiao jumped more weight classes. What he did pound for pound to me was more impressive.
But you have him over Floyd.
But I never thought Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd ever.
But Pacquiao, he's one of my favorite fighters.
Cool.
Floyd and Pacquiao, they're one of my favorite fighters. But I still want to see
Floyd's the longer, bigger, better defensive fighter.
Right.
You know.
But let's be real. What this is all about, business. This is going to be a mega event. Doesn't matter how old they are. They're the two biggest names in boxing today, even if they aren't, necessarily the most active fighters. And Mayweather's going to have his exhibition with Mike Tyson in the
So when you zoom out and stack everything together, Floyd's camp looking razor sharp, Porter questioning the logic, Wade exposing the spectacle layer, and Max framing it as a mega event business play, the real story stops being, is this a real fight, and becomes, what kind of moment is this for boxing? Because technically, you've got elite preparation energy colliding with analytical skepticism and commercial reality at the same time. One side shows discipline, timing, and legacy pride through training clips that don't look casual at all, while the other keeps reminding us that age, size disparity, and exhibition dynamics don't vanish just because the names are legendary. That contradiction is the intrigue. Not pure sport, not pure circus, but a strange middle ground where nostalgia, ego, money, and competitive identity coexist under one spotlight. And let's be honest, whether people label it spectacle, business, or legacy clash, the attention factor remains undefeated.
He wasn't used to
Not to get too far afield, guys, the point is, whatever you thought about that fight going in, when that fight was going on, you had to watch it. The question about making a big event is it compelling enough that even if, I talk about this with Jake Paul sometimes, right? Whatever you want to say, when he chooses the right opponent, you're going to...
Now here's the real debate. Are we watching calculated legacy theater, or two elite minds refusing to let their competitive fire fade quietly? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's really break it down. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxer Vault. I'll catch you in the next one.